Yeah.
She's calling.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight's podcast will be brought to you by yours truly, Lakeisha Pryor. Thank you for subscribing. And if you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and like this topic when we're finished. I got my inspiration for today's topic from some conversation I heard today. And there was some ladies asking a question, what is the definition of a good man? And I said, wow, that'll be a great, start off topic for my podcast series. So I would like to give my definition of what I feel a good man is versus a man who is not so great. So my definition of a good man, it is not a man that makes a six-figure salary or a man that drives a Range Rover, a Ferrari. I don't look at that as a good man. I look at a good man by his character. Growing up, I remember this one time I was at a gas station, and it was so crazy because it was a father and a son, and I remember they was pumping gas, and the dad and his son spoke to me, and I spoke to them, and they were like, wow. And I was like, what? And the dad said, wow, women that look like you speak to them, they'll have their nose all turned up in the air and, won't even give you the time of day thinking they too much. And I told him, I said, that's one thing I never did. I treat everybody fairly. I feel like nobody is better than the next. I don't care what you are, who you are, what you drive. I think that is so crazy. So I always carried that with me, and I try to tell people all the time, hey, this is just a physical shell. And any given time, anything can happen to you. You can get skin burns, you could lose a limb, and then what you have, And so back to what I was saying about a good man, I never judged a man's character off of his finances or where he lived. I'm a very kind-hearted person and very, very non-judgmental. You can work at McDonald's for all I care. And I know some people may say, well, why would you want to deal with somebody working at McDonald's? Because he makes an honest living. Okay. And just because he's at McDonald's, that doesn't mean that he's going to stay in the position that he is. This man can become a franchise owner, So I feel that a good man, again, is based on a person's character, the man's character. You can have a man that he may make a six-figure salary and he may live in whatever neighborhood or drive, whatever, and treat you like a dog. And most times when you find men like that, they really think they too much. They really believe a woman is supposed to run behind them because of what they have. Now, they may get that type of activity from what we consider a scallywag, but real women who is constantly on their grind, have their own money, we don't run behind men like that. So that's my definition of a man of good character. It's the heart. What does that man do for you? And it's the little things, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not a materialistic person. I've never been. What could you do for me spiritually? What could you do for me mentally? Can you cultivate me? Are you cultivating me? That's a good man. Not what you can do for me materialistically, throwing money my way. Did this man check to see if you had gas in your car? Did this man check to see if you ate today? If you have children, did he check to see, do your kids have shoes? If it's cold outside, do your kids have coats or jackets? To me, that's the character of a good man, not a man that, thinks that his money makes him, because absolutely it doesn't. And so when I heard them talking, I was like, dang, it's crazy how some women look at as a good man as what he can provide for them materialistically, when they're missing the whole point. That's not a good man. All that is great, but what is he actually doing for you as a woman? Does that make sense? So I don't care about what you have. And like I said earlier, I've never been a materialistic person. I never looked at a man for what he could do for me financially. Because I feel like God give you two good arms, two good legs to give you a brain, utilize it. So you should not have to go to a man for anything. You know, if anything, he should be offering to you. So that's my definition of a man of good character. You know, does this man care if you have health insurance? You know, is this man helping you build a foundation? You know, or is he taking away from you? Is that what he's doing? There's a lot of men who ride off of women. They're not giving them anything. All they want to do is take, take, take. They're not making no deposits. You know, and you have women who actually think this is cute and they think that it's cool as long as they got a man coming home to them, but yet and still, he's not even cultivating you as a woman. That makes sense? So, a good man's character and the definition of a good man to me is, what is he doing for you mentally, spiritually? Does he pray for you? Does he pray with you? You know, is he approachable? You know, how does he treat you? Is he abusive? Does he treat you kind? You know, so those type of things to me is what makes a good man. You know, another thing I heard them say was, you know, at what age do you feel that you should marry the particular individual that you're with? Or basically, how long do you think it should take before, you know, you all reach that next step into marriage? And my thing is this: I feel like those type of things should not be rushed. You rush and you make a mistake. I know a lot of people that are married, but they're not evenly yoked, and they're going through hell every day because that's not what it was supposed to be anyway. You know, so it's no need to rush and want to get married, you know, when you're not evenly yoked with a person. That is the reason why so many marriages fail. You know, you have females, all they want to do is just to, you know, say they have a man, but he treat you like a dog. That goes back full circle to what's the character and what's the definition of a good man. How does he treat you? Does he treat you with respect? Does he treat you like a queen? Or does he treat you like trash off the street? Does he use you? You know what I mean? So I believe there's no need to rush into marriage. I also feel like there's no need for you to put a times table on a man to marry you. Because for one, if that man want to marry you, he's going to do it. It's nothing that you can do, nothing that you can say to make him. And I'm going to tell you something, ladies. If you pressure him into marrying you, he just may do it, but you won't be happy. Because that's something that he did not want to do. I give a good example. You know, sometimes you can be with a man and you may love that man and you may want to be with that man. You may want to spend the rest of your life with that man. But if you know that man is not ready, why pressure him into doing something so you all could be going through hell and high water? I'd rather let you go before I try to make you stay with me. Because I feel like if I allow you to go out into the world and be exactly what it is that you want to be, you can do whatever you want to do. That allows you to see whether or not I am where you're supposed to be. I heard someone say, you know, if a man come back to you, it's because, you know, he couldn't do no better out there. Well, to be honest with you, I don't think that's a bad thing. Okay, now you may say I sound absolutely crazy, but in my mind, because we all are entitled to our opinions, I don't think that's crazy. I would much rather would like to allow you to go out into the world. Go. I want you to go. I want you to go be with Sally and Jane and Sue. So you can see that, guess what? Over here was gold. You know? And I feel like when they go out there and bump their heads a few times, they're going to come back to where they know life is good. But then I also feel that that'll allow them to cherish you more. I don't know if that makes sense, but to me it does. And so, you know, he will respect you. He will love you. I mean, hey, if you allow him to go out there and do what he want to do, you know, now we're not going to be together. I'm not going to sit at home while you explore the world. No, no, no. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying is if I recognize that the relationship isn't going the way I would like it to go, then I'm going to free you up so you can go out there into the world and so you can experience life without me. I want you to bump your head. I want you to. So if you decide, hey, that was a good woman, the things that she offered me, it was great. She is nothing like these other women. Then guess what? I feel that when they do return, they're going to come back full circle. And they're going to come back a respectable man and a man that recognizes and understands and do not take you for granted, if that's making sense. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, that is my definition of a good man. A good man to me is one that wants to love, honor, respect you. He's not going to hurt you. I believe that if he hurts you, it'll hurt him. Okay. And I also believe if he loves you, the things that he offered to you, it won't be materialistic. That's just a bonus. He will offer you things that are not tangible. Like stability, mental security, emotional security. And what you do need to realize is actions always speak louder than words. A good man's actions will always precede his words. Okay? So thank you for tuning in to this podcast. And I will be coming back to you with another great topic to discuss. You all have a great night. I'll see you when I see you.